Okay. And we are live.
Hello out there in TV land.
Howdy on your
Let's see
tube. That's how it works, right? Everybody gets a tube, and that's where the internet video comes out.
Spamptons. Let's see.
So one thing I am absolutely beside myself giddy with, the dry brine once again working perfectly to design. Not that I had any doubt of it. It's just fun to see.
Nice.
It's one of those things where if you go into it not knowing what to expect, you're pretty sure you wrecked it. Because the bird's starting to look slightly desiccated, and that's really where I want it to be.
Yeah. Do you wet brine after you dry, or just do the dry?
I do
both.
I do a dry brine, and then just before it goes in, aromatics stuffed in the cavity and a butter rub. Because nothing says flavor like fat. Yep.
Yes, fat is flavor. All right, we'll see how nasty this gets.
Spampton's verdant hoi polloi. Well, it's sunny. More than I could say about flipping any weather for the past 2 days.
Yeah, I got a little bit of sun out today. At least.
Okay, looks like closest portal is just behind you. Okay. Don't know why I hit that with... That was really dumb of me to throw a wood spell at a psyche vision, but you have these things.
Oh well.
Thank you. And I will happily take the
Get your
treasure.
stealth blades.
Yes.
Get your stealth blades.
That they is. Happy sound of Mandragora in the background means that we are back. And speaking of back, Armor General's right behind you.
Yep. Watch out.
Ah!
Ooh, no damage.
Yeah, that was effing timely.
Here comes another one.
Because of course it is.
Wouldn't be Shining Darkness without...
An ambush.
Yeah.
There we are. There's nobody's friend, the Astro King. So
I award you a wonderful 7 experience.
that was 4 Marrow's Fa.
Indeed that was. You can stay there, buddy.
I do love how literally the only duped spell in that was Marrows.
Indeed. Ooh,
Yup.
I believe the turkey has arrived.
That it has. Festive holiday bird for festive holiday time. Speaking of things running out in time, time to rebuff.
I almost forgot.
Honestly, that was a pretty good amount of clearing we got done even with the ambush. We got like
Yeah.
half the field portals in that time. Well. Oh, and I missed. That's no good.
Yep. Target not found.
Ran a bit too far away, huh?
Yeah. There we go.
One of those had to be the one.
Yeah. That's the one thing you gotta forget. Remember to not forget is that there is a distance quotient to casting, which it doesn't respect.
No. No, it really doesn't. Game gets completely different rules.
You standing proudly upon the hill. Don't want your stealth blades?
Totally do. I'm just the only person playing dot hack fragment who doesn't have fortune wire on shortcut.
Ah.
And I'm okay with that.
Watch out, Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Pointy Guy has got some swords.
And Lancier is not going to lock an Astra King in place. That's just not how this game works. That was a really good time for an elemental hit, not gonna lie.
Indeed.
2 more portals to go. And the Spring of Mist that I think I could pretty safely say we're just gonna skip.
Yep.
Because I ain't got jack for it.
It took a swing at you.
And it missed. Or no damaged, and I didn't notice because I was fixing my controller. I could always tell when the analog goes out because the analog stick goes from 8 directional to 4 directional. For some reason it starts reading that as the D-pad.
Get me away.
Wow, not the best opening round for us. Oh,
My faith is in Myth Marrows. Ooh, there's one more portal.
Yep. Guess who?
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Cool.
Hi, Vulcan.
You know what? I think I will give the spring a chance. What happens if we throw in a stealth blades?
You hear something in the distance is what you hear.
Yeah. Hey, it can do something to the stealth blades. Saburo.
Nice. You should keep that weapon with you, and now all these really high level fields, you should keep chucking it in until you don't get anything anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I know what time it is.
Fair.
Oh wow, look at these guys.
Oh. Oh, wow. And there's a Psyche Vision in tow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think...
think I'll pass.
What?
Nah. Ah, if you want to, I'm
Oh,
game.
yeah. Totally.
There's another one over here. Wow. There's 4 armored generals and 2 Psyche Visions just waiting for us. Now, if you want me to come up there, I will.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I had my I'm just with the Psyche Vision over here. Hey, how you doing? Uh-oh.
Incoming.
Yep. Trying to get these guys. Okay, you're dead. Okay, you're dead. Huh. There's a couple more out here somewhere.
I'm sure we'll run into him. Well, you know, we're close enough to the dungeon. I don't think it matters. Let's just head in, shall we? That's one of those, if the battle found us, we'd go in, but there's no need to go chasing them.
I had my Grunty on cruise control, so.
Of course, nice to be up just in time for the holiday here. This is going to actually end up being the meat in a 3-day fragment upload sandwich for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, holiday being all nice and even as it's going to be first 3 days of this week were Tech Mobile uploads. And then I'm just doing Thursday off and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, straight fragment.
Sounds very, very apt for the anniversary. It was yesterday.
Yes, that it was. .hack day. This is...
Less than ideal.
Oh, we got through though.
Yeah. Less than ideal, but not overwhelming.
Yeah, stroking is the last thing you want to see in a tight space. Okay, we've got Force to Fear out of the normal chests so far. See, here you don't mind because you got a little room to move.
Whoa, my friend, you just ran out of that thing. I wish I could run out of it that fast.
I know, right?
Came after you with a vengeance.
Well, I probably had it coming.
You're blue.
When you live that water element life. Try to get how the kids say an even distribution.
And a level up.
Yeah, 83 is back. I am now the hit pointiest of wavemasters.
And I now have a 99 immature eggs.
Nice. Ooh. Love this trick, by the way.
I'm acting as distraction.
Oh. Did you know you could cast through this bottom wall?
I do know that, yeah. And I knew that you'd go. I knew that you'd do that, but I wanted to kind of keep them from like splitting off. So.
Fair. See, I look at it this way, even if they do split off, it's just one splitting off, because one's always going to try and aggro you through the wall. Which is really great with your giant monsters, because their heads will come through the wall, but they can't hit you.
I can clip you.
I think in my...
buff.
Oh, yeah. I think in my test example, I had a Dragon head sticking halfway out of the wall as I killed it. I'm just leading with marrows at this point.
I always lead with I'm always leading with marrows in this situation.
I think
it just later.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say at this point, biggest threat by far and away is Astro King.
Well, he didn't stand a chance.
No.
Thanks.
Yep. Can't be too careful out there.
Nope. Especially when not with that guy. At least like most of the enemies tend to focus on one person, so.
Yep. And I made that decision even easier by skedaddling to the other side of the damn room. Hey, we've got a fake statue room with no treasure chest. It must be a Silver Knight cutscene.
That'd be awesome if you could put one of those in. Lady Subaru!
It just kills me that you go through about the first third of the story mode just listening to Silver Knight pine over Lady Subaru, and what's the first thing Krim says when you finally meet him? I'd do anything for Lady Subaru. It's like, come on, guys.
I love the sound of two marrows hitting at the same time.
Yeah.
I ended up naming my Empoleon marrows and like my brilliant diamond playthrough.
Nice.
I figured after talking about it the other day, I thought that was just like made sense. I don't really nickname too many Pokemon, but I figured that was. That made some sense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Arrows is definitely not a penguin.
I'm not gonna lie. The whole nickname thing was kind of lost on me from the beginning. It's like, nah. For starters, the names are unique enough in their own. Second, it's like, what nickname am I really gonna give this?
Exactly. I'm glad he waited patiently for his demise.
I know, right? Is this bottom side for the stairs? This is
I
a
don't know.
big ass hallway. And that is another copy of Stealth Blades. Yeah, there's no way of telling. Let's just pick a direction and find out when we're wrong.
Let's go see this. Let's see if we get our treasure room here. Well, it was
Kind
a treasure
of.
room.
Ish. Forest
Yeah, I
of
don't normally
Fear
play
and Forest
Pokemon.
of Fur. Yeah, stairs down are. No, this is a dead end. We actually picked the correct direction first.
Nice.
And it looks time to top off the old rigs after this. I'm perhaps a little closer than I should be.
Everything's all good. No, I don't normally name my Pokemon. I do name my competitive team, but that was only because the one group I was I was playing with did that, and it kind of felt like it made sense.
Right.
Of course, my names are all weird.
Like, I feel we've got to define weird, though. I mean, there's like weird like inside reference or weird like name them after the top 6 mustaches in 80s television.
I believe I started naming my Raichu Chewington the First, Chewington the Second, stuff like that.
See, that's not too bad. I'm assuming you had a little backstory for it.
Master of its domain, keeper of nothing. I guess. Can't remember what I had my Mimikyu named as. I named it something weird. I named my my quote unquote competitive Cinderace after some random female soccer player. I just looked up the name.
That works. Now, when you're building for competitive, what are you looking for? Because I've never actually thought of it in a competitive way, but I know there is a certain way I build my Pokemon up, and to me it's just sort of what works well, but I'm interested to know what goes into a competitive build for this.
It's not. They're really not. They end up not being very unique if you do true competitive. I try to flip it on its head a little bit, but you wanna. First thing you need to do is get a good EV IV set, and then you want to train it for good EVs, and then you want to find then there's you want to have a good you want to have a good set that kind of covers some of your weaknesses and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, mind your physical and specials. You know, just that kind of thing. It's a little more. It's a lot more complicated than I'm kind of making it out to be, but.
Are you worried about move accuracy at all?
Yeah, for the most part, moves like Hydro Pump and stuff are used quite a bit just because they're very powerful. But short of the sort of like the 130 base power moves, usually they try to go for 90 base, 100% accurate kind of things. And
See, that's one thing I was wondering about, because when I build personally, I'll throw all the home run hitters out the window. I'm all about the accuracy. Most of the time, like when you're playing Fragment, if you can get that elemental hit, that'll cover any damage deficiency. And if you could run into something like a Dragon Energy that's dependent on full hit points, I mean, you're just off to the races.
when I build them, I tend to be a speed player. Yeah, I tend to want to, but that puts me at a big disadvantage because a lot of people run Trick Room, which flips the speed stat around. So the faster you are, the later you start.
That makes sense.
In the order. So I've been trying to introduce some slightly slower mons into the pool, but honestly, I've never really played. I've really played only a handful of rounds because I just build them because I find it fun to breed. And then when I breed the team, I pretty much stop playing the game.
This is going to hit you.
How it works out.
This is going to hit you as a shock in the time you've known me. I approach it completely casual. I just catch what I catch, build it for fun, and then since post game is just, tourney after tourney, I just play through the tourneys a bunch of times.
I didn't like breeding so much, I would probably go as Hog Wild and trying to have a team ready. But I like having something available, so if there's ever an event that the place that the Discord server that I did this for has something, I have something I can throw together and be somewhat confident with.
Cool.
I remember what I called my Dragapult. I think I called him Scooty Puff Senior.
So the little dragons would be the
Doombringer.
juniors?
Yes.
See, that I follow.
The Doombringer. Either that or I called my I think I might have called because I was also trying to run a Savali as well, so I could have a mon that could have any type.
Okay.
But when I play the game, I just pick up, especially if it's a new game, I pick up as many new creatures as I can and just kind of make a team up that way. I'm not really all that picky about it when it comes to playing the game.
See, it's tough for me. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of look for ones that I, in-game, would have liked as a pet. Like, some of them are just... I took one look at Greedon, and it's like, why is this in here? Who wants a squirrel? Like, I get it, it makes sense thematically, but who the hell wants a squirrel, right?
Well, in Gen 4, they introduced a squirrel as the Pikachu clone.
Yeah. I literally only know this because of my son's Pokemon encyclopedia.
I tend to like the ones that have very interesting backstories. Like Mimikyu is one of my favorites. My favorite Pokemon all time is Raichu because he got that mon got such the short stick because of Pikachu. You know,
What, you mean a perfectly viable evolution Pokemon that an entire generation of
Exactly.
kids hated because of an anime episode?
Pretty much.
Nah. Um,
I was so happy that they actually started making toys of it, because for the longest time they didn't make any real legitimate merchandise of it. Now it's kind of become not popular, but more more popular. So I have more Raichu things that I can collect, and that makes me very happy. Because before there was like one plush and like a couple of those small figurines. That was it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm totally sold on the Alolan Raichu from when my son was watching Sun and Moon. Any Pokemon that's about surfing and pancakes is alright with me.
And it has two of my favorite types. Psychic and electric are two of my favorite types. Fire is my third.
Now, as far as Psychic
Oh,
goes, do you have a favorite Psychic? Yes, this has become Dot Hack the Pokemon interview.
That's what happens when a Pokemon game comes out. Everything else becomes Pokemon. It's just the way it is. Um, Honestly, I really like Mew. I, I, I've, I actually had a Mew when I first played the game.
Nice.
I had an illegitimate one, and I had a legitimate one. I had both, and I enjoyed playing with that. And it was very versatile. And the way the Diamond and Pearl remakes are is that if you've played one of the other games, I think it's Let's Go Pikachu, you get one. So I've been running it. That's been on my team this entire time. So, and the best part is it learns all the TMs, so it's my coverage. It answers to coverage issues, you know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, my favorite Psychic actually goes to the base set TCG. First time I saw an Abra card, I'm like, that is the coolest. Little sleepy psychic Pokemon. I want to say my
It's hard
first
for me to.
pack ever, I
It's hard
got
for
that
me to
and a Magnemite.
I always like the design of the Magnemite because it's a machine. It's a couple of magnets and an eyeball.
Yep. Well, that would have been a good time for me to actually lead with Maros.
Ow! 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 Hi, Vulcan.
But again, not that bad because we had the room.
Yep.
This room, however, bad.
Well.
But that's where elemental hits come in. I'm not gonna lie, I'm checking this out just to let SP regen. Anyway, second?
Yeah. I can't remember what my second one is. I know I have others that I like, but it's like there's just like too many of them damn things these days.
Oh, second psychic Pokemon? Mewtwo. It's a cop-out answer, but it's a damn wrecking ball.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
I think my one in Let's Go had, like, the psychic attacks, and then I gave it, it was able to get a grass attack. I'm like, well, this is amazing. I think my one in Sword has Ice Beam.
I think my favorite fairy type is Mawile. My favorite ghost type is Mimikyu. My favorite dragon type is actually Gudra. I love that thing to death. It's so cute.
Gudra's kind of neat. My favorite dragon type should be Charizard. I'll die on that.
One mon I like that most people hate is Delphox. It is psychic. It's fire psychic, and it's a fox.
See, that sounds
You
kind of
know,
cool.
I just think people. It didn't end up being as key. The final evolution is a mage. It's a mage. It's supposed to be a mage, so it's got the robes and the wand and everything.
Okay.
So, that actually looks a lot like my character. To be just, just, and it's shiny as purple, which is very cool.
Yeah, very nice.
I had to grab my forest of fear for the road.
Oh, no worries.
I am not grabbing the final chest, so you know what? I'm not grabbing the final chest, so I don't have to worry about the tradition of not getting anything. Ha ha ha.
It is weird how that works out for you so well. Now, I'm assuming with the fanfare that you would go with Pearl as your all-time favorite game, right?
No.
No?
Absolutely not. No, gold and silver.
Okay.
Gold and silver. It's got my. I love I just love that game to death. Even though it doesn't really. It's really not the best game. It's the one that I like the most. You can travel to 2 regions. It sets up actually sets up some lore. A bunch of stuff. My close second is Sun and Moon because it actually had a really good story to it. And if I played Gen 5, I probably would like that one too, but I didn't. I just watched somebody else play it.
Gen 5 was black and white?
Black and White and Black and White 2, because it actually had a villain that at the end of the day, when you defeat him, he said, "No, I will not stop. I'm going to hurt your friend."
An actual
None
villain.
of the others did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard that is like the Pokemon fans' go-to as far as best game goes.
It kind of is. It's also got some really good music in it, and I'm all about the music. I would say Diamond and Pearl might be one of my least favorites.
Huh.
To be honest with you.
Interesting. So this is playing the remasters sort of a redemption run for you.
It is. Honestly, yeah, I'm having a blast with it now, but I have a little bit more. I'm taking my time with it. I know I've kind of see what happened when I went Gen 1, Gen 2. In fact, I played Gen 2 like 3 times. I played it once in Japanese, once in English, and then once in Japanese again for Crystal. Although I don't think I finished that run. And then I played Gen 3, but I wasn't a favorite of it. But when the remakes of Gen 3 came out, I started to like that one much better. Mostly because it introduced my favorite character in the entire series, which is Zinnia. She's the additional character they added, to kind of bridge together the Emerald stuff. And it's like she had a story where people in her life died, and she was going to actually sacrifice herself to save the world, kind of thing. So again, actual growth and stuff,
Right.
I knew it.
Yep. It's like this has been way too smooth. Kind of nice that
at least they made. Go ahead.
I was going to say it's kind of nice it's in the pendulum room too, because that's pretty much what those damn tentacles are, giant pendulums.
Yep.
Yeah, this must be a max stat table. I think we've only seen Force to Fear and Stealth Blades. That about right?
Oh yeah, I expected it.
Habit.
Okay, couple more rooms to go here.
Yeah, and this room will buff up for the last time.
Yep. Ought to be the last time. We need to stop and smell the roses after this. We did something way wrong.
Or we got stuck down the Pokemon hole again.
Good little spell medley there.
Sampler palatter.
Okay, here we go. Not gonna lie, I was expecting Astra King there.
Was too.
So my last spell completely unnecessary, yet at the same time completely necessary. Hey, Eternity. And some wine for the road.
Alrighty.
287 to next level, so I would say that was about 370 experience I got.
Not bad.
Yeah. Okay, all set to head out.